This video is all about the new stuff happening here in the city of Menifee, California. I had a chance to go to a city manager's meeting and hear about all the city's plans over the next 12 months, hear about all the cool stuff going on in the city, all the new projects they have going on, and I wanted to make a video and tell you guys about it. So let's go ahead and get into it. Hey guys, hey again, my name is Justin Short. I am a realtor and team leader for the Short Real Estate team here in Temecula, California and Murrieta, California, and this video is actually all about the city of Menifee. So like I mentioned, I had a chance to go to a city managers meeting, actually with all the city managers for all the surrounding cities, and they told us about all their plans over the next 12 months. I got some really good stuff out of it. I think you guys have really liked the other videos, and we actually did this series last year. We had a lot of really good feedback, so wanted to make this video about Menifee. We're going to talk about all the new stuff going on in the city over the next 12 months, all the new projects, and I think it's actually pretty cool. A lot of growth happening for sure. So, the first thing, if you are liking this video and want to see other videos like this, do me a favor, please hit like, please hit subscribe to the channel. So obviously it helps me, helps the channel. Obviously we're trying to continue to grow it. And then if you have any real estate questions, would love to hear from you guys. You can feel free, you can call, you can text, you can email. I have people that reach out to us all the time, and happy to either help you with your home search or at least answer some questions, point you in the right direction, and hopefully hear from you soon. All right, so we're going to talk all about the city of Menifee, and the first thing that the city manager talked about was what they called really their thriving economy. So they went over some stats, and a couple of them I was pretty surprised about. They talked about overall population. So right now the city of Menifee has grown to have over 116,000 people that live within the city limits, which is just a ton of people, right? I mean, it's grown so much over the last, especially the last decade. I mean, I feel like there's probably 40,000 people, 10 years ago. So it's really grown so much with all the new construction and all the development going on. And the average household income for the city of Menifee is now up to over $109,000 per year. So that's a big jump up over the last few years. They were proud to say that they have the lowest commercial vacancy rates in Southwest Riverside County. So what that means, like all their retail shopping centers, right? A greater percentage of their buildings are full compared to the other surrounding cities. They're basically saying, hey, our area is more desirable, right? It's a better cost versus value proposition for potential business owners, stuff like that. And they pointed out that they have the highest amount of volume of home sale transactions in Southwest Riverside County. So that was for the calendar year 2022. So that was for last year. So they had over 3,500 sales between new homes and used homes. As a realtor, I was most surprised at that. Menifee is one of the more affordable areas, and it's definitely a growing city, but I'm surprised to know that they had the most homes that sold over the last year. They also talked about the growth that's going on. So right now they have over 260 active development projects. So that's between commercial and commercial, retail, and housing. So that's a ton of stuff that's going on. And then they have over 1.7 million square foot of commercial development that's going on. So those are shopping centers, etc. And then over 15 million square foot development of industrial areas. So for like storage and warehousing, things like that. So those are some stuff that I was pretty surprised about. Like, someone that lives here, right? You don't always know the latest and greatest stats and some of the stuff that the city is proud of. So I thought those are kind of cool things to learn about. And then they talked about some of what they're calling new economic drivers going on. So basically these are new things that the city is building and trying to build infrastructure in to help continue to assure the city grows in the future. So they have the Menifee Justice Center that is under construction right now. So that's a $90 million investment that the city is making, and they're building 9 courtrooms, and that's for civil and family law, and that's going to be a big center there in Menifee. And they talked about a couple things with the junior college. So if you don't know, there is the Mount San Jacinto Junior College. They have a satellite campus in Menifee. It's a massive satellite campus. I mean, it's got to be just as big or close to as big as their main campus. But they have the satellite campus there, and they are continuing to grow and to build. So right now they are building a $60 million STEM building. So which is, they're hoping is going to help, facilitate, like their science program, and that's going to continue to grow. And then in addition to that, they have a brand new football stadium that they're building, along with a new kinesiology center. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. But basically, they work on people and try and get people healthy, right? Kinesiology center. Hopefully you know what I'm talking about. And then they have new parks. So they have the #1 action sports park in Southwest Riverside County, which is the Gale Webb Sports Park, which has the largest pump track, and it has dirt jumps that are there part of the park. I know it had a pump track. I didn't know it had dirt jumps, so I think that's pretty cool. I think like when I was a kid, you had to go like find a construction site or something and build your own jumps. That's kind of cool. And they have 3 new hotels that are in process. So they're not like the boutique ones that maybe like you're going to see in Temecula and whatnot, but they have there's very limited hotel options right now in Menifee. So they have a new Hampton Inn, Holiday Inn, and a Home 2 Suites hotel that are all kind of in process of either having their plans submitted or starting construction, etc. So the next category we're going to talk about is just all about housing. So they rattled off some different stats, which I thought were kind of cool, and so I'll read them out to you guys. So right now there are over 600 units that are currently under construction in Menifee, so 600 houses, and in addition, there are 7,100 units that should be built out and that are already been approved for construction. They didn't give us a timeline on that, but I believe that's over the next 5 years. And out of those, 2,500 of them should be completed within the next 2 years. So that's a ton of new houses coming, and they've already done a ton of construction over the last handful of years. With all that building, they are expecting the population to grow by 7.5% over the next 2 years. So, quick math, that's very close to about 10,000 new people moving to the city, which makes it, the 5th fastest growing city in California. And over the last decade, Menifee is actually the 3rd fastest growing city in California. And it's a total of a 70% growth since 2008. So I was just kind of joking with the numbers I threw out, but it's, pretty right on. So they went from about 30,000 people to over 100,000 people since 2008. So that's a ton of growth, and I think you're going to continue to see that happen with all the new stuff going on in the city. So the next category we're going to talk about is just all about infrastructure and all the new projects the city has going on. So right now they have 131 projects that are in process. So that's a ton. And with that, that's a total of $474 million in investments. So the big guys that they had highlighted, which I think are kind of cool things, especially I'm up and down, I'm a realtor, right? So I'm up and down the freeway. I don't live in Menifee, but I'm there all the time. And so the infrastructure and like the roads and stuff are super important to me, because that's obviously how I get around. But they have a new off-ramp, a new overpass that's going in right over the 215 freeway. So that's the Holland Road overpass. So that's going to help connect the east side and the west side of the city. They have off of Scott and Bundy Canyon, they're doing some road widening, so it's going to help traffic flow. They have a pavement management program that's going on, so that's actually going to be in 21 different areas. They're calling it 21 different projects that they're going to help redo the pavement and fill potholes, etc. And they have a new freeway off-ramp interchange. So off of Garbani Road, they're going to have a new freeway interchange that's going to go in. That's supposed to start construction this year. That's going to be a huge project. I'm sure it's going to take a couple years. But in addition to that, they are also widening one of the interchanges. So that's off of McCall Road. So that's off of 215, a little bit more north, off of McCall Boulevard, not road, McCall Boulevard. They're going to be redoing that interchange and widening it, making it more accessible. And then they said there's a handful more projects they're hoping to release later this year. So definitely a lot of stuff going on. All right, so the next section we're going to talk about is all about investing in education. So that was kind of their term that they used. And I don't think it's really too much of a secret. If you know the area too much at all, the cities of Temecula and Murrieta, they really have the top rated school districts here in the valley. It's not like my opinion, those are just facts by the different school rating, systems and websites that are out there, right? And Menifee doesn't really have all those same ratings. However, what they said is they're trying to invest a lot of money into the school district. They're trying to continue to upgrade the school district, upgrade the schools, and have the education be better and and better to really really be more competitive and even surpass what some of the other surrounding cities are doing. So the first thing they talked about is they now have they are number one in science academia in Riverside County, so which means they have a really robust science department. I did not know that. I was definitely surprised to hear about that. And Menifee now has the number 2 charter school in Riverside County. So I didn't know that either. So I believe that school, that charter school, goes from K to 12, and it's the second ranked charter school in the county, so which I think is pretty cool. And they have 2 new elementary schools that they're getting ready to open. So they're expecting that to allow access to over 1,200 additional students to the district. So one of them is supposed to open this year in 2023, and then one of them is breaking ground, and one elementary school, and then hoping to open up next year in 2024. And they did brag a little bit about their new high school that they recently opened, which is Liberty High School, over the last couple years, and they're really proud about that one, and they feel like it's pretty cutting edge and being rated really well, and as they're getting their full graduating classes through. So which I thought was pretty cool. All right, so the next section we're going to talk about just all about parks and rec, and so they rattled off some stats and talked about some cool stuff that they have going on. So right now they have 39 parks within the city limits of Menifee, and with all those parks, that adds up to a total of over 200 acres of parks within the city. I was pretty surprised about that. And they opened up 3 new parks last year, so that would be 2022. They opened up the Gail Webb Sports Action Park, which has the largest pump track in Southern California, and also has some dirt jumps as well. So definitely more of an action park. They have the Talavera Park that just opened up. That was a total of 3 acres, and they have the Sunset Park, which is 1.5 acres. With that, they also have 2 additional parks that are supposed to open up this year. And out of all those different parks and all their different venues, the city actually hosted 34 special events last year. And out of that, they had 36,000 people that participated. So I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't actually know that the city of Menifee had so much going on and was doing so much with the city. And I'm just surprised with all the growth and all the new parks and all the new stuff they have going on. So the last section that they really talked about was just all about public safety. So they kind of talked about everything that's going on there. They talked about their police department, so which they established in 2022. So which is kind of a rarity. They're one of the few cities here locally that have their own established police department. Most of the other cities use the county sheriffs, so they're pretty proud about that. And in that police department, they now have 118 full-time employees. 91 of them are sworn officers, and the rest are like admin and different types of staff. With that police department, they have some new enhanced community policing, so which is going to give some new camera technology. I think they're using that to help find stolen vehicles, or maybe if they have Amber Alerts, stuff like that. They can use the cameras to help find those license plates, or look for all those stolen cars or whatever it is that they're after. And the fire department, they just got a few new trucks. So they got a new ladder truck, they got a new medical vehicle, and they just held the groundbreaking for the station number 5 replacement station. So as she was talking, really what she was trying to emphasize is, hey, the city is growing so much. We expect to see more and more population growth. We've already seen so much infrastructure growth, and it's not going to stop anytime soon. We're going to see that over the next decade. But as that is happening, the city of Menifee wants to take that revenue and those tax dollars and reinvest them into the city to make the city more beautiful, to make it more of a fun place to live, to make it more enjoyable, and to make it an area that continues to be desirable for a long time. So I thought it was kind of cool to hear her perspective, hear about some of the new stuff they have going on, all the new projects. Hopefully that's helpful information for you guys. If you have any questions, you can definitely feel free to reach out, and hopefully talk to you guys soon. Thanks.